A federal judge just dropped a Friday bombshell on Donald Trump and the Republicans, and let's just say their Halloween weekend suddenly got a whole lot scarier. The safety net they thought they had, gone. Here's where things stand. The government shutdown is still dragging on. Democrats are holding firm, refusing to back any budget deal that doesn't restore healthcare subsidies. On the other side, Republicans have dug in their heels, refusing to negotiate. Meanwhile, House Speaker Mike Johnson has kept the House in recess ever since the shutdown began. Critics say it's a move to avoid the release of the Epstein files. We've covered that in detail in another video, so check that out if you haven't already. But earlier today, Johnson made a claim that stunned just about everyone watching.
But the limits have been reached here. And what are the Democrats doing today?
Where are the Democrats? Are they in the Senate today? No, they're out campaigning. While critical SNAP benefits run dry, the Democrats have skipped town. They've abandoned their post in the Senate, and the reason that's so important and noteworthy for the American people is the Senate is the only place where this can end. The last hope of reopening the government before millions of Americans go hungry. They've abandoned their post.
Johnson is now pointing the finger at Democrats, claiming they're the ones responsible for the shutdown, and even for letting SNAP benefits expire on November 1st. For context, SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, the lifeline that helps millions of struggling Americans put food on the table. But let's be real, that claim doesn't hold up. First off, Johnson himself, as Speaker, is the one keeping the House in recess, and just today, he announced the chamber will remain adjourned for yet another week. If that happens, this shutdown won't just drag on, it'll officially become the longest in American history. And here's the kicker. Johnson is blaming Democrats for letting SNAP benefits lapse, when in fact, Congress already set aside $6 billion in contingency funds, precisely for emergencies like this. The problem? The Trump administration is flat out refusing to release that money. Democrats, of course, aren't just sitting on their hands. They've filed a federal lawsuit against the administration, demanding that those funds be unlocked to keep SNAP running. And this morning, Johnson doubled down with a statement that left a lot of people shaking their heads.
Just add to that, the Democrats are lying about that, and I think they know that. Some of the ones who are out saying it are actually attorneys. They can read the black letter law themselves. They've even filed a lawsuit, you saw, to try to do it. Why? Because they wanted a talking point. They know that's a frivolous piece of litigation. They know they're going to lose, but they also know it'll take many weeks or months to have that ultimately determined by a court because of the way the justice system works. So they're using it as a talking point to try to claim. I believe they know for a fact that what they filed in the court is false. Yeah, but, they're lawmakers. They're supposed to know how the law works. And so the whole thing is just shameful. And they're using the people as pawns in this game. That underlying fund that the secretary just addressed was unfunded by the Democrats themselves when they voted against the CR.
That man is full of piping hot nonsense. Or maybe someone just blew out his jack-o'-lantern. Either way, if watching him spew those lies makes your blood boil, stick around, because this story actually takes a turn for the better. Here's the irony. A stronger speaker, and frankly, a stronger president, would be working the phones, negotiating with Democrats, especially since polls show Americans still overwhelmingly blame Trump and the Republicans for this shutdown. And let's not forget, the speaker's job is literally to negotiate. But maybe Tiny Johnson missed that memo. Don't worry though, he's about to get a new one. Despite Johnson's insistence that the SNAP lawsuit is bogus, a federal judge just proved him wrong. Multiple outlets, including CNBC, report that Rhode Island Judge Jack McConnell has ruled in favor of the Democratic plaintiffs. He granted a temporary restraining order, forcing the administration to use contingency funds to keep at least some SNAP benefits flowing. And it doesn't stop there. McConnell also ordered the administration to dig deeper, look at other federal funds that could be redirected to keep SNAP alive until Congress passes a new budget. Now here's where it gets really interesting. SNAP benefits are set to expire at midnight. That means Republicans have almost no time to appeal. They're legally bound to comply with the judge's order, or, and this is the scary part, defy it outright. If they choose defiance, we're staring down a full-blown constitutional crisis. That would mean the Trump administration openly refusing to honor the checks and balances of government, dragging this fight into more court battles and eventually the Supreme Court. And while the High Court has often leaned in Trump's favor, it's hard to imagine them handing over the entire power of the justice system to the executive branch. They might try to tweak the lower court's ruling on how SNAP is funded, but that's a separate issue from whether the administration follows the law in the first place. Bottom line, the clock is ticking, the stakes are sky sky high, and the next few days could reshape this entire showdown. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay curious, and we'll keep bringing you the latest. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Until next time,